I met him in prison. I had the privilege of baptizing him in prison. Somewhere in the middle of unimaginable grief, he lost the mother of his 2 boys. Prison could have been the end of his story, but it wasn't. And today, he tells his story. Most people know Malley as the man behind Faith Equals Strength. But before any of that, there was heartbreak, there was loss, there was anger, there was bad decisions, there was prison. And yet somehow God met him there. Not after prison, not when he had his life all together, right there in the middle of it. Since then, I've had the privilege of walking alongside him as a friend and disciple. I've watched him rebuild his life. I've watched him become a father his boys can be proud of, and I've watched him find hope again. I've watched God turn pain into purpose. This is Malley's story. Hey everyone, how you doing? So I'm here with Malachi McCleary. Is that right?
Yeah, Malachi McCleary, yeah.
Let's just jump straight in. Malley, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're about.
Okay. I'm a full-time dad. I work full-time. I'm a bodybuilder hoping to get on stage. I'm reborn again with Christ. Yeah, born again.
Amen. And Malley, you've got a little bit of an interesting story. So we met in prison.
Yeah.
And I had the privilege of baptizing Malley in prison. And that was an incredible privilege for me to be able to do that. I've not really spoken to you about how that felt for you, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. But being able to walk with you in terms of your discipleship, and we used to come and we used to talk about the Bible and talk about what it means to look like Jesus whilst you're on the wings and all of that. And to be honest, I think you did an incredible job.
Yeah, thank you.
And there was a few others as well that I recall as well, like Jack, for example.
Jack, yeah, it's good.
That were like really going for it with Jesus. And because you did the bodybuilding as well, I imagine that not many people wanted to mess with you as a result of that.
Yeah.
But it was just incredible to see that, it almost felt like the presence of God was on the wings that you were on. And so, to be a part of that journey was just incredible. But before we talk about being in prison and getting baptized, let's just rewind a little bit in the sense of what put you in prison in the first place?
Okay, so that wasn't even my first time in jail. But obviously it's my last. I was in jail for selling drugs. It was a conspiracy of Class A's. It's basically selling large amounts of drugs, Class A's. But it's not something what I wouldn't say I chose that path. I was born into that path. It goes back from when my mom had 6 kids. She brought us all up by herself. Was broke. We didn't have nothing good because I was brought up on market clothes, market food, Jonathan James shoes, one of them. So then I met some boys when I was around 11, 12. They come from better backgrounds. Well, originally I lived in Radford. My mum moved out to Bilborough when I was 8. So we felt kind of privileged. It was a good move. So we went from the ghetto to back then Bilborough was like suburbs. It was full of white people. I was like the only black person in my school, and it was racist when I first moved up there. So but eventually, after I beat up all the boys, it was racist too, mate. Yeah.
So you said there were 6 of you.
There was 6 of us. Yeah.
Were you the eldest?
I was the second. I've got an older sister. Yeah.
Right.
Natalie. Yeah.
Sorry, go on. You were saying, so you beat up all the boys.
Yeah, I beat all the boys because it was racist bad. So after that, eventually, instead of being racist, I wanted to be my friend. So then, but then I met with a new group of lads. They're still my friends now. So, but they come from better backgrounds. The family was notorious. So a bit of like gangster uncles and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they had everything, brand name clothes, holidays, nice houses, look like mansions. So then I got in with them. So then to hang around with them, I wanted to dress like them. So then I had to start selling weed. Then I started selling cocaine.
How old were you at this time?
I was probably selling weed. My first time I sold weed, I was like 13.
Wow.
I thieved my mum had a boyfriend, and he had a bag on top of the cupboard. So I was saying, "Whoa, what's this?" So yeah, this first one was just like a little pinch. I just thieved a little pinch, went and sold it for $5.
What was it? What was in the bag?
It was just weed, but it was mishmash weed then, because it was back in the day. I think this was even before skunk was even a thing.
Wow.
It was mishmash. It was just like leaves and twigs kind of thing. They called it mishmash. I grabbed a little pinch of that, and then I had a friend whose brother, he told me to teeth it. So I went, brought it to him, sold it for $5, and just brought my cap. And it just felt amazing. Like I said, this is what I did so quick.
What cap was it?
It was something like, nothing good, probably like a Chicago Bulls or something, yeah. I put that, and I was like, oh, so that's how you get money then. And one thing led to another, and then that was it, my whole life. I've been selling drugs since I've been 13.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the start. Then I just sold weed until I got to 16.
So you're living by yourself at this point?
I was still at my mum's, but then I tried to move out and get a flat. This was when I was 16 or 17. And because I had money, because selling weed back then, I don't know what it was, because Bilborough was just so nice. I used to call Bilborough a piggy bank, you know. You just make money in there.
Really?
So my mum's door would just be knocking like this or that. So it got to the point where I didn't have to just be there. I just leave like bags already bagged up into £10 drawers, leave them on my mum's windowsill, and they say, yeah, they're all teners, mum. And then the door would just knock, my mum would just serve them for me.
Serious?
That's what it was just a normal thing.
So your mum would sell it as well?
Yeah. So
wow.
it was just like a normal thing that, because when you're poor, that's like, it just becomes normal. Like drug dealing to me wasn't drug dealing. I'm calling it drug dealing, but it's just living. That's what it was. It was just a normal thing. Yeah, my uncle's in jail now. He's serving a life sentence.
Wow.
So he was a bit of a gangster back in the day. So he sold cocaine and heroin and all that. So this was the first time I got a quarter off him, which was £350. But I made the £450 back in the same night.
Wow.
So then it was like, oh. But then I seen how fast the money coming from that. Then it was like, wow. Then I had to do it then, innit? So then I was just in. Because then that's when all your morals and sense of things, you know it's wrong, but the money, you can't say no to that.
So you started with green and then you started doing the white?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
and how much were you making?
I could make, it doesn't sound a lot, but when you're 16 and 17, say if I was doing I could probably make about 500 off the weed a week, and then I could make a grand or 1,500 quid too off the sniff. Depending how much sales I've got. But it's a lot of.
So just for clarity, for the people that perhaps wouldn't know, when you say green, you're talking cannabis.
Yeah, cannabis. Yeah.
And when you're talking white, you're talking
cocaine.
Cocaine
Sniff. Yeah. So we didn't do anything with like crack and heroin, because that's more like the rude boy estates like Radford, Santons and all that. So I missed all that. So that's a good thing what my mum did do. Just when she moved away from all of that, she kept us out of that life. But there's like the devil just won in it and just pulled me in from a different angle. Because I was still messing with all of that. At the time, your morals are just not there. You don't think you just need money, you need clothes, holidays, cars.
Yeah, for sure. And how was school?
School, I was good at school, you know. Well, I was clever. I was clever at school. I was in the top 10% of my year. I just couldn't stop fighting though. I couldn't stop fighting. So I was always...
And was that because of the racism mainly, or was...
At first, it was racism. And then I'd guess it's ego. Yeah, definitely.
Because you had a bit of a reputation.
Because I had a bit of a reputation, yeah. I was the artist in the year, artist in the school when I got up to year 11. Then I was the artist in the area. and we just used to just lick everybody down, man. That's what we used to do. It was bad. It was bad, but with morals at the same time. 'Cause I can't ever remember being a bully or anything like that. But yeah, it was mad.
So, and talk to me about because you mentioned about your kids as well. You've got 2 kids, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, I've got 2 kids who live with me, but I've got 2 kids with another woman as well.
okay,
They're only 8, yeah.
okay. So tell us a little bit about that. So you're in the madness. You're beating everyone up. Bilborough's the piggy bank. You've got brethren. Their mums, your aunts. Your mum's their aunt. You've got a bit of a reputation around town. Then you meet a woman.
Yeah.
Tell me from there.
So, well, I met Nadine. That was when I was 21. So I met her when I was selling a weed. In fact, it was. So then, the more times I went around, I got speaking to her more, and then it would be like I always have things to do, but then I'd just forget all of my things what I needed to do, and I ended up just chilling with her. And she had a son, well, my stepson Kai. Then he'd be like, I'd just sit there and play games with him and that, and then yeah. And then it was like just one day I just said, do you know what? I'm gonna start. And I said, I've already told people you're my girl, innit? And she just started laughing. She was 5 years older than me. And then yeah. But then we got together, moved to Bulwell. We got ours together in Bulwell. And that broke me that day. Because then that was like, because I made money, but at the same time I spent it.
Right.
Yeah, so because of the lifestyle, the party, and we always used to go out of town partying for days and all this. So I needed to get bond money, furniture, yeah. So I scraped up all of my peas, sorted out the house. But then she moved me away from Bilborough then, and she kind of like she held me down. She helped me turn into a man still, because I just had to change. There was none of that going out partying for days and all this stuff. She took me away from the piggy bank. Yeah, then life was hard for a minute, where I was just having to find jobs, and then I just slowly found myself back. Yeah,
Fight yourself back.
like selling drugs again. Yeah, you have to build it up, because you can make money. You're making money, everything's all good, but then you can just lose it all and it's gone. Because there's no loyalties. These people aren't waiting for you to get your next batch. They're going to whoever's got it, and there's no loyalties. So then yeah.
So you had Kai with her, and you had 2 more kids.
Yeah, so Kai was 4 or 5 when I was 21. So I think it was 4 when I met his mom. We had a Maury first. He's 18 now. That was in 2008. And I must have met his mom, 2005, 2006, yeah. So then, yeah, I was still doing the madness and all that, still trying to think. I've had some beef with some boys where me and my brother got rushed, and then we was going to retaliate like bad. But then Nadine said, listen, she was pregnant at the time. She said, look, I'm pregnant.
So you're not with, this is Kai's mum?
Yeah, this is Kai's mum. Yeah. So Kai's mum, Nadine, she said, well, she's late now. She's passed away, innit? She said, look, I'm pregnant. Says, she carried on running about with all this beef. She said, I'm not going to have it, innit? So then I just had to allow it. So that was another thing. We just had to like swallow it, innit? Yeah. But that was because she got pregnant before, but she had an abortion because we wasn't ready yet. But this time we thought we was, innit? So I had to allow him the beef. Which I'm glad I did, because I'll probably be doing a life sentence for it now. Do you know what I mean?
So you have Kai, and then you have your next child at this point?
So yeah, so we've got Amori. So there's Kai and Amori, yeah. And yeah, life's good. So
you stopped the beef, stopped selling drugs.
Stopped selling drugs.
Get a job?
Got a job, yeah.
What did you do?
I was working I worked a load of factory jobs, all sorts of different ones. And then I ended up working in a gym in Bulwell. It was my mate's gym. Richard McDonald. He's passed away now. Yeah, God bless his soul. Yeah, he's passed away now. So I was working in his gym. And somehow I ended up in jail again And this was the first time I went to jail doing it was a Section 18. This boy tried to set me up to get rushed. Then I went and fetched my brother and that, so to find the boy who tried to rush me. But we seen the boy who done the setup, so we ended up beating him up. And then he just went to the police and snitched. And me and my brother got 4 years due too. Yeah.
Wow.
For a Section 18, which was a good sentence because what happened was really bad. My brother got a baseball bat and just snapped up this boy on CCTV in the Pelican pub. Yeah, so the judge and the barrister was saying he should have got 8 years and I should have got 2. I ended up going to Nottingham, and then I went to Stockton, then I went to Sudbury Open. I was there. I had 2 years to serve. Within 6 months, I was in the Open in Cat D. Yeah.
Wow.
Easy. It's best. It was the easiest. I just can't say best sentence. It was the easiest sentence ever. Yeah. And then that's when I got back on my training then properly.
How old are you at this time?
I come out of jail when I was 20. Also, I mean, I lost a bit of time here in my head because I think I went to jail 24, so I must come out at 26.
So you've come out of prison, you've done your time, you're back on the training. Nadine's holding it down, got 2 kids.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So just growing weed.
So you go back into the
madness
just go
again. Back into it. But I was working at the gym. so the gym, what I had the job at before I went to jail. I got a job there when I was in Cat D. So I'd leave the jail every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. We'd go to Derby, get 3 buses to get back to Notts or something. Then I'd be in the gym, just working all day in the gym with all of the lads. Like I brought up loads of lads. There's loads of lads with us in Notts who was there, who I brought up for when I was 15 years of age.
Serious?
Yeah, it was mad. So when I bumped into them again in Notts, like my heart sunk. I was like, because I know what it is. It's like guilt, innit? Because we didn't show him any better, innit? All we was doing was pushing this girl. I wouldn't say even ghetto life, because it wasn't that. It wasn't that ghetto life. It was just like get money. Do you know what I mean? Like no matter what, get money, get paid, and that's what we taught.
So you were which gym was it you were working in?
So it was called CBF.
Whereabouts was that?
That was on Ivory Vale.
Okay.
It was a community
and so
centre.
There was a few young kids that were there that you were training.
Yeah,
and then a few years later you see them in prison.
Yeah, well, years later, yeah.
Wow.
So I would have met them when I was 14, 15 in 2011. I worked at that gym for 3 or 4 years. So that would have brought it to 2015. By the time 2019, 20, when I went to jail this time around when I met you, they was getting big 23 years sentences. And
Are you serious?
Yeah, serious, crazy. Wow. Whole heap of them as well. All are like eight of them, all on the same charge.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Like,
how was that like seeing them in prison? Did they look up to you still, or?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was just respect. Yeah, remember because everyone was calling me uncle in jokes. I'm older now, innit? That's when I knew I'm too old for this. So I need to fix up. Wow. Far too old for it.
And you touched on it earlier, and perhaps a few people caught it. Maybe some of them didn't, but you said Nadine passed away.
Yeah.
When and how?
Okay, so I got arrested in 2020. I was in jail for 2 weeks. Yeah, I was in jail for two weeks when she passed away. Yeah, she died from originally she had breast cancer, but then she had the breast removed, the lymph nodes removed, and then she wouldn't have the chemo and stuff. Yeah.
Why did she not want it?
She was just, I'd say stubborn, but it's wanted to control. I don't even know. It's like saying, I'll do it if I want to. Like it was like nobody could tell her, innit? She was such a strong girl, innit? Like she was so strong. Like And she just in like in her head she thought she would fix it herself. So she's having all these THC oils, she's plant-based diet, and we're just researching and researching and researching. I even went Barbados. We got some moringa seeds. Was making moringa tea. She was eating the seeds raw and stuff like that. Yeah, I was trying, but she just wouldn't have it. Even begged and pleaded. I begged and pleaded. Her mum did. She just didn't want to do it. And when she set her mind on something, that's all it was. Yeah.
So you were inside for 2 weeks before she passed?
Yeah. Two weeks.
That must have been hard, man.
Yeah, it was hard. Yeah. It was like what saved me, what got me through it was God. It was the only thing.
How?
Because my first week in jail, because my head was in bits, because I thought I was getting about 30 years from like the interview. And I needed to speak to him. It was COVID times as well. So nobody was out. You was in your cell 23 hours, bang up. And I was with this Romanian guy. His name was Elvis. He was all right as well. He wasn't too bad. But I needed, someone was telling me that I needed to speak to the pastor. So I asked to speak to, it wasn't Steve, I think it was Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah. So Dave came out. Well, I just had to see a pastor, and then Dave came out. It took me to, well, we went out onto the landing, and I just broke down. So he grabbed me straight away and he says, "Come out here." Like, so we went into a room, and he just said a few words. Yeah, said a prayer, gave me a Bible, and then every second day, I was just reading the Bible. It was like every page, every scripture. Yeah, just strengthened me. You go through them stages of like shame in it, and then you're like reading it, crying, my eyes pouring. Like I couldn't even get through a few verses, and you just boiling up. It's like overwhelming, innit? Like hearing the words, but it's not even saying, and you can feel them, isn't it? So, and then yeah, it was like every day, it's just getting stronger. My spirit was getting stronger. Yeah, nothing happens by accident, innit? Everything's all planned. So if I didn't go to jail when I did, and if she'd have passed when I was on road, and I was still selling all them big amounts of drugs, I wouldn't be here today. Definitely, 100%. It was like God just created me up and said, "Yeah, come on, because something bad's gonna happen. You need to be in the right place." And I couldn't have been in a better place for that to happen. No, there's no way, because I was just in my cell, and
so I see. So when you went to prison,
she was poorly.
She was poorly, but you felt like God was already calling you.
Yeah. No.
And so before she passed away, Dave came and spoke to you on the wing. Is that right?
Yes.
And then you went to a chapel, and then you
Yeah. So it was like, I think it's about 2 weeks before I went to jail in the first place. I know. So we found out it was my birthday, 2020. No, it must have been, was it 2019? Yeah. So she said, "Oh, she's found a lump." It was just after my birthday. She didn't want to tell us. She might have had it for a month or something, but she didn't want to ruin my birthday, innit? That's how she was, innit? Selfless. She wanted to make sure I had a birthday party and enjoyed it. But the day after, she told me, "I found a lump." She's like, "It's okay though, we're going to beat it." And then I went to my nephew's christening. And that's when God spoke to me and said, "She's going to die." Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, serious.
Wow.
So I was at the christening. I've got my boys here, but I just broke down, man. But I kind of like hid it, just they're just there. But I'm just balling up like so I could feel it. So I just had the bad news, but then God just like confirmed it. Said, "Yeah, man, you need to come home. You need to come back." But then, I didn't. I just carried on. What's that saying? It's like, is it you put your head in the sand or something? Is it that? Like I was trying to hide out of it. I was trying to avoid everything. So that's made me sell more and more drugs. I never made as much money as I ever did my whole life as I did in that year between 2019 2020. That's when I got proper active. Like, that's because I was just on my phone, like just blocking every single thing out, innit? Everything. My kids, because we didn't tell my boys that the mum had cancer for ages. Probably didn't tell him we didn't tell him until the mum had to have, until Nadine had to have the operation. And then when she had the operation, she had to tell him she couldn't hide it then. So then I just had to be just normal, strong dad, just taking my kids football, and I just had to hide all my emotion. So then that just made it, that just made it all just build up inside, yeah.
And so you were selling drugs, you was going full into it, you got the news, you felt like God told you that she was going to die, and then you ended up going to prison.
The encrypted phones, it was actually illegal how they did it. These encrypted phones could never be broken. The police should never seen the messages, the texts, nothing, the pictures. But they illegally found the server in France somewhere, in Belgium. And they got into that, they hacked the server. So then they sat there for 3 months, and they had a laptop. Every message come through the laptop, innit? So they were just seeing what everyone was doing. Because these phones was encrypted, you didn't speak in code. You just spoke. You just you just open, just free and open. Yeah, you was even sending pictures of the drugs. You sending pictures of the drugs. Snap a piece, take a picture of it, all this.
Wow.
So then, yeah, by the time I got into the police station and they showed me all these pictures and all what was being said, I thought, no, I ain't never gonna see the light of day again. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, but even then, it's like you're just in a mirage. Yeah, where you did. It's like you're just watching it. It's like your body leaves. It's like your spirit leaves your body and you're just watching the whole thing. That's I'd say that was like my whole last year on road was like. So I was emotionally dead. That's what it was.
And so you've been carrying that. You feel like God said that Nadine's going to die. You go full into selling drugs for like a year, and the police court catch you. Doesn't make any sense to deny it. They've got all the evidence that they need in front of you, and you feel like you're watching yourself just go through the motions.
Yeah.
And
you lost control in it. You know, no control of your life at all.
And then you get sentenced. How long did you get?
I got 30. Well, it was 17 years, but then I got 20% off, so that brought it down to 13 and a half.
How comes you got that off?
Because because we went guilty, but we went guilty late. So actually, it was 21 years. Then with my mitigation, with all the stuff that happened with Nadine and my good record in prison, that brought it down to 17, and then I got the 20% off. Yeah.
Wow,
it's crazy.
So how long did you do in total?
So I was lucky as well, because it can only be God as well. So remember, there was letting a load of people out of jail because the prisons was full. So I was one of them. Yeah. So I was meant to serve 7 years. I was meant to serve 7 years. No, 6 years, 9 months. But I ended up serving just 5.
Wow. 5 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I still got to serve the rest. It's like on license. So I'm on license till 2034. That's where I have to do probation and all that stuff.
And just to say a massive shout out to the chaplaincy team at HMP Nottingham as well. I've worked with those guys, and those guys are good guys, man.
Yeah, brilliant.
Those guys, they love people well. And I know the guys that you're talking about, and they're good people. And anyone that's ever come into contact with them would know that that is the case too. And so you said earlier that Dave came and you felt like you needed to talk to him.
Yeah.
Because I imagine that if you've been living emotionally dead for the best part of a year, going hard into selling drugs, your missus is about to die, your kids are going to be without a mum and a dad. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot to carry, man. And so I'm not surprised that you hit that place where you're like, I need to I need to do something about this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you reached out to Dave, and talk me through that bit again. You reached out to Dave and he came and took you.
Yeah. So,
Nadine's still with us at this point.
yeah, she is. Yeah. So this was literally like a few days in. So yeah, I was just calling. God's calling me into it. You know what I mean? He's saying, "Come now, my son. It's time, innit? It's time."
And you felt that?
Yeah, I felt it. Like I needed to. So then Dave come, said a few words, but because it was like I was holding blame. I was blaming myself. There was so much like, obviously I'm in jail. I'm away from my kids. I'm away from my wife. There's nothing I can do for them now. There was like, obviously I still had like money out there and stuff, but that don't mean anything. Do you know? All them years of selling drugs and money, just didn't mean nothing at all. Just needed to be there. So I was blaming myself, but then he just said, "Why are you blaming yourself?" He said, "Look, it isn't your fault." He said, "Things like this." He said, "Stuff just happens." He says, "It just happens. It's like it's not of anyone. It's not of God. It's not of thing. It's of the world. Like just things that just happens." So stop blaming yourself. And then I think at that time Nadine wasn't even speaking to me as well. She was angry in it because I wasn't there. She's ill. And then he just said a prayer and gave me the Bible, and then that was it. So that was probably when I was at my lowest point then. And I hadn't even been back to that. Even when she passed, I didn't go back down there. It was mad. It was mad.
You felt like God was carrying you through that?
Carried me through it, yeah, strengthened me. Every day I just built layers, armor. Yeah, man, the armor's just there, yeah.
Still to this day?
Yeah, to this day, yeah.
Were you able to go to the funeral?
Yes, I was, and that was another thing where it was just God. So because it was the lockdown, no one was leaving the jail. There was nothing. It was mad. All the prisoners was in the cells 23 hours a day. Because I've been in jail before, I knew one of the officers, so I sent him an application out to him. I addressed it to him, and just poured my heart out on the thing.
You put what, sorry?
I just poured my heart out. I said, "Look, I need a job. My wife's dying. He said, "I just got a job in the gym straight away. I wasn't even in jail 2 weeks." And
wow.
Yeah. But this is funny because everyone was banged up in the cells for 24 hours a day. But the gym orderlies, there was 4 of us. They'd collect us at 8:30 in the morning, bring us down to the gym, and we'd be training in the gym every single day. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, wow. But then, so they was doing that, and then Nadine passed away, and his name's Phil Kulek. Yeah. I told him about the funeral, and he just said, "Right, you going." Before you know it, I was going. He said, "Get all your clothes dropped in." So I got my suit dropped in, my shoes and that. And next minute I was at the funeral. Yeah.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
How was that? Because how old were your boys at that time?
So Amori was 12, Kai would have been like 18, and Elias, because I got another son by the time now, Elias was 6.
With Nadine as well?
Yeah.
Wow. And so how was it being at the funeral, seeing them?
It was hard, but I was strong. So I had to be strong for them as well. So, yeah. You wasn't even meant to have a load of people there because it's COVID. You only allowed 30 people. There was loads. Everyone was there. I can't say it was good or it was nice because it's just not anything of that. I just had to be there. I just had to be present. It was good. I got a chance to hug my boys because you weren't even allowed the visits and stuff as well at the time. Yeah, so you couldn't even see them. I speak to them on the phone. Yeah, so
when did I meet you, like in relation to all of that?
So because the chapel wasn't on it straight away. So I believe it might have been, chapel might open up after about 6 months because then all the restrictions started easing off. So if I came in in September, it might have been like after Christmas, I believe. If I can remember. Yeah, because then you used to come round and put the Bible study things under the door and
That's
stuff.
right,
Do you
yeah.
remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then when the church opened up, and then that was it. So we used to do the Bible studies. Was it on a Wednesday as
That's
well?
right.
Or yeah.
That's right.
Bible studies, Wednesdays, church on a Sunday. Yeah.
So clearly, God had been calling you for. It sounds like when you spoke to Dave and you poured your heart out, that it sounds very much like that was the moment where you connected with God.
Yeah.
That's where your relationship with God really kind of
That's when it started. Yeah.
started, and then since that time, your relationship with him had just been growing and growing and growing. So coming to the Bible study and all of that, that was just like an outworking of what God was doing on the inside. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And what was it that made you decide that you wanted to get baptized?
It was like the next step. Wasn't it? Is it the physical way of showing God that you're ready? You accept Jesus Lord as Lord and Savior. Yeah. It was just something I needed to do for myself as well. It's like
It's so good. It's all right.
Overwhelmed.
It's okay. It's fine. You're fine here, man.
It's like washing your old self away into it. It's like starting again. It's a new life. Yeah.
Is that how it felt?
Mm. Yeah, that's how it felt. Yeah, it was like. I don't think. I mean, you said it like I had a choice. I don't think it was like I didn't have a choice. It was like the choice was already made. The path was laid out, and I just had to walk it. It was like every day. It's like
it's all right.
Let's just think about it. So it's like every day, like the things what I was doing was leading to the same path, wouldn't it? So it was like, even if it's like I could wake up and hear something on the radio, or hear something on tele, and it was all just leading. There was just messages all over the place. Might see a bit of a paper with the words, would they all be relevant to how I felt or where I'm going? Yeah. It's crazy. That's when they say, but you have to be like open to God. No, you really do.
Do you know, Malley, one of the things that I really loved about being able to be a part of your baptism journey was, I remember speaking to you about it and I said something like, it means that you're going to have to stand up in front of everyone and say, this is who God is and what he means to you, kind of thing. And you were like, yeah. There was almost like no hesitation. It was almost like standard, of course. And I never forget it. I never forget. I'm feeling emotional now, you know, because of course we can't have baptism pools. So we had like a little paddling pool.
Yeah.
And we had like a jug of water and we just said the words and poured it over Malley's head. And I remember, man, it was just incredible. There was a real sense of God's presence in the room when you got baptized, and a few other people got baptized as well. But I was just really taken aback by the fact that this was real for you, and the fact that you were prepared to stand up in front of like hardened criminals and inmates, and you didn't flinch. It was like standard. This is what it is. That really, really moved me. How was it for you getting baptized at that time?
Yeah,
How did it feel?
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, it's the best thing. It's the best feeling. It's just like, it's like you're taking the backpack, the sack of rocks. You're just reborn again. You're just starting again. Yeah, it's like, just like saying, yes, I'm here now, God. Yeah, I'm here. Yes, that's what it was.
And after getting baptized, was there anything different in prison after that time, or was it just more of the same?
It's different as in a way as, well, just because, it was one of the volunteers who came in view. She said to me, she said, just because you're baptized, she says, that isn't it. He said, this is where the work starts.
Wow.
Yeah, so she said.
Do you remember who that was?
I can't remember her name. She said, this is where the work starts. And it was true. It's true. You've said the words. You've done the physical. You've done all of that, and now you've got to live it. You got to walk it. So all this, like, I've done it loads of times. Can you remember this when I said when I prayed to God and asked him to stop from swearing? Remember, and I didn't swear for ages, did I? Yeah, I didn't curse for ages.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
and it was like, it's just them little things where you got to try and get away from negative thoughts, negative words, even just even some little bits of playful banter and stuff, and you just got to avoid because you're an ambassador of Christ now.
Amen.
Yeah,
amen. And how did that play out in prison? Because I imagine that people were watching you, especially after you got baptized. Like, is he serious? Does he really mean it? Let's see that, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How was that?
So I've just stayed in it. I've just stayed in. So through me and a few other people, we carried on the journey to Stockton, and I feel like
Stockton prison.
Stockton prison, yeah. I feel like it's mad saying it because it's not probably in the right content. It was like we made church cool.
Wow.
Like, yeah, we made church
I think that
cool
is the right context.
when people was looking up to us and coming to church.
Wow.
There was like I am who I am, but there was some real gangsters. I don't even want to mention his name next, it might not. But he was bad. He was bad. He's well known from Radford, and he come to Stockton. He knew me. We didn't know each other that well, but he knew of me because he knew my brother. So he was going through some bad times, and he ended up coming to church, and he's bad. But he ended up coming to church because he needed to, because he was in bad times. God helped him through. I seen his frown turn into a smile and a little skip in his walk, yeah. And I could see my journey through him, yeah. And next minute it's coming Bible studies, and this guy raps and all that. And next minute, Bible studies is singing.
Were you singing?
He's singing. He said to me, he said, "No, you got me, man." Yeah. And then there's other people was coming Bible studies, and they would say it. They'd say like, right, if it wasn't for these lot here, I wouldn't even be here.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was amazing, yeah. So then, it was like the main, I don't say the main people in the church, but we was the ones who was constantly there, regularly there, asking for our songs to be played and stuff and all that, yeah. Making requests for next week and all that stuff, yeah. Yeah, it was amazing.
Wow.
And just carried on with that journey. Because that's another, I'll say the pastor in Tim, his name's Tim. Yeah, the chaplain in Stockton, yeah, it's amazing as well. Loves it. He's like, the spirit of God is in him. Like when he comes, he turns it now. The church is a bit different now, isn't it? It's not like the old school church, is it? But he comes, he's got his guitar,
nice,
and he's singing up, and he's just happy. And then the more people I see come in from the community, the volunteers, they're all just smiling and they're all just happy, and you can just see God just moving through them into it, do you know what I mean? And it's like, I want some of that. I want to be happy. I want to just feel blessed. Like you can see the peace. Like, yeah, like, I'm involved. I'm logged in.
I'm so sorry to interrupt this conversation. I just wondered very quickly, would you mind just buying me a coffee? That's how much it costs. It's actually less than a coffee to become a practitioner in the Practice Plus. And that's where this episode is heading. We're about to finish this episode, but you can pick up the second part in the Practice Plus. And in the Practice Plus, there's so much that you get in there as well. We're doing a coffee with Dave, where we have like a Zoom or a meeting with every practitioner where you can ask questions and just talk about anything related to discipleship, what you're experiencing, some of the challenges. And I don't claim to have all the answers, but we can thrash it out together. That's all in the Practice Plus. So if you would be so kind to buy me a coffee, head over to the Practice Plus as soon as this episode finishes and join us there. Another memorable moment for me. In fact, this might be one of the main highlights in all my time of doing prison ministry. I think, and I can see it and remember it clearly. You know, I hadn't seen you for a long time because obviously you went to Stockton prison.
Yeah.
And I was like, where is he? Because you're just gone. You're just just gone. And I was like, and that's not uncommon. That happens a lot when you speak to guys in prison, you know, especially a remand prison. The chances are they can go at any point to another prison, and you don't know what the future holds. But I remember at the end of a service, I think I might have even have preached, and at the end of it, I saw you with your sister and your kids and your partner, and I almost cried because it's like, oh,
Yeah, you're here.
yeah, you're here.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was such a highlight, because it was like, not only was I a part of your journey in prison, but it almost felt like you'd come home.
Yeah.
And I think I also said to you, I may, or can correct me if I'm wrong, but in prison, because I was aware that people get moved on, I'm sure I told you about Trent Vineyard.
Yeah, you did.
Where we are.
I've still got it written down at home now on a piece of
Oh, really?
paper. I've got your name, your number, Trent Vineyard. I still got it.
So when I saw you there, it was like, honestly, that was just like such a blessing, man, such a blessing. And like, not only was it like a one-off, this is your church now, right?
Yeah.
You come
regular, yeah.
Yeah, regularly you're here.
Yeah.
How has that been? How's that been coming to church?
It's just building my faith even more. Like, I've never felt the Spirit any more than when I come here. Yeah, it's amazing. It's just it's not just the preaching, like you've all got your own different styles of preaching, and then it just hits you, it takes you home. You can feel it. Then the singing, and then just how it feels, the feel. Because I've spoke to pastors in jail, and that they'd always say, make sure you find the good church when you get out. You need, they'll tell me what time I need, and this and this and that. But I already knew I was coming to this one. Just, when I've come and I've landed, it's like, yes, this is what I've come to. Like, this is exactly how I thought it would be. You know what I mean? Well, it's not, because I didn't expect it to be. Just like, yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We're gonna finish this section here, but we're gonna continue into the Practice Plus in just a moment, and we've got so much more to talk about. We need to talk about your fitness and your goals at the moment. Malley's training to become enter a bodybuilding competition. He's got his own channel, which is doing amazingly well. What's the channel called?
So it's Malley's Fitness Journey. It is
Malley's Fitness Journey, and that's on
TikTok, and I've got a YouTube as well.
Go check it out. Honestly, he does some amazing stuff, and you can't see it because he's wearing all black, but underneath all of there's some serious abs and six-pack. Make me look like my family pack ain't trying. Trust me, you need to check this guy out. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that in the Practice Plus, and about you're with someone now, marriage potentially in the future.
Yeah.
And there's a whole host of things that we need to talk about. So if you want to come and check us out on the Practice Plus. There'll be a link in the description, and we'll talk about that, and we'll see you there.